If you're a runner, you definitely know the grind. The pavement, the track, the treadmill. But what if I told you that the real secret to becoming a better runner might actually involve not running? Today, we're diving into the secret menu of training, the really powerful world of cross-training. Man, if you've ever felt the sheer monotony of the treadmill, this quote from our source probably feels very real. It's that aha moment when you realize there's another tool in your toolbox, one that can be a total game changer. All right, so let's get right into it. The big idea here is that running, well, it shouldn't be the only training you're thinking about. So what exactly is cross-training? At its core, it's actually pretty simple. It just means you're intentionally adding some variety to your routine. So instead of hammering the same movements day in and day out, you're building a more well-rounded, a more resilient athletic base. And I just love how our source material frames this as a secret menu. It completely reframes cross-training, doesn't it? It stops being a chore, something you have to do, and becomes this awesome insider tip. It's that special order that gives you an edge that maybe the regulars don't even know about. Okay, so why is this so essential? Why is it such a big deal? Let's break down the 4 huge merits that every single runner really needs to know about. And what's so cool is how these all build on each other. It starts with stabilizing your form, which leads to better times. That variety then leads straight to injury prevention, because you're not overusing the same muscles again and again. This allows for more consistent training and even helps you recover faster by promoting blood flow on your rest days. And finally, all of this adds up to a massive mental boost, right? It prevents burnout and keeps your training feeling fresh and exciting. Okay, so that's the theory, but what does this actually look like in practice? Let's dig into a real-world example from our source of how one item on this secret menu completely transformed a runner's journey. Believe it or not, for the runner in our source article, the answer was boxing. Yeah, boxing. It's probably not the first thing you'd think of for a marathoner, but wow, the results were just undeniable. And this wasn't just some casual once-a-week hobby. We're talking 4 to 5 times a week. That level of commitment really shows you that this wasn't just an add-on. It became a core component of the entire training plan. This is so relatable, isn't it? That fear of trying something new, of thinking you won't be good enough, but pushing past that hesitation is where the magic happened. The keyword here is synergy. The boxing wasn't just separate from the running, it was actively making the running better. So let's break down that synergy. How exactly does time spent in the boxing ring translate to better performance out on the road? Well, first off, the conditioning is just incredible. That classic 3 minutes on, 1 minute off structure, that is pure high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, and it will skyrocket your cardiovascular fitness. Then there's the intense core work at the end of every session. That directly fights late race fatigue. When your form starts to fall apart, you're building practical, full-body strength, not just a bunch of isolated muscles. This slide really just paints the perfect picture of the difference. When you're only running, it's very focused, very repetitive, all linear motion. But when you add boxing, you get full body integration, dynamic movement, and rotational power. Suddenly, that basic arm swing becomes a powerful arm drive. Your rhythm becomes more dynamic. You're becoming a more complete athlete. And here's a fascinating insight from the source. Most people think boxing is all about your arms, but the power actually comes from the ground up. It is all about footwork. That constant, dynamic movement builds incredible lower body strength and sharpens your rhythm in a way that running alone simply can't. So here's the crucial point to take away from all this. Boxing was the perfect partner activity in this case. But the goal isn't for everyone to suddenly become a boxer. It's about finding your perfect partner. So maybe your secret menu item is swimming for that zero-impact cardio, or maybe it's biking to build up some serious leg strength. It could be core stability from Pilates or flexibility from yoga. All of these are valuable partner activities that support your main goal, which is becoming a better, healthier runner. So we'll leave you with this question. What's on your secret menu? If you're not cross-training yet, maybe it's time to find that one activity that doesn't just supplement your running, but truly elevates it. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.